We now return to Let's Play Banished. Alright, so first things first, we're going to close that, and we are going to up my food limit, because if it's going to be a big city, it's going to need a lot of stuff. We're also going to increase our logs by a bit. For now, I think that'll be fine. Okay, so back to what I was going to do down here. I was going to be putting in... that's the dock. I do have access to an old town trading post. And, you know, for a shipwrecked area, this might be okay. What is this anyway? General trading post for all your trading needs. It is essentially the same thing. This just looks better. It's got the actual animals in it. So I don't know if this would be okay. You know, like maybe the animals are actually kept in here. That could be a thing. I'm sure it works exactly the same, it's just cosmetic. Smuggler's dock, huh? Interesting. That'll be fun. Native trader. We could actually, I guess, make my own native settlement. I've got those buildings. Well, at trading posts, I mean, it's the same thing, right? Right. So let's just keep with the theme, I guess. An old sort of piratey pirate. And we'll put that right there. And then, go ahead and close that off. And then we'll do some food for the fish. And maybe I should have put this down first. This could go, how about right there? So, that's actually quite a ways away, and this could actually go back just a bit. So let me get some road here so I can kind of line this up. And we'll just, of course it's, I hate when they don't bend smartly. Okay, so that looks like that is going to work. Okay, so now this has to be brought back by just a few. And we'll go back into the trading. And now, if I really wanted to, I can't put it there. What about this one? This one actually does work. Well, let's use that one instead then, fine. We'll go like that. We'll leave that, because I want my fish to be done next. And I guess I could use that as my little guideline, if I wanted to run a road from there. What would this actually set me up as for here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that is pretty much typical for moving room, because almost every building, small building, is 4 deep. So that would kind of put me roughly out there. That would allow me to just kind of build there. I'm not sure that I really want to do that just yet, though. It might be more aesthetically pleasing to have it out there, but I don't know that I would run a short, narrow road here. See, the thing is, I don't want to make it too wide, because then you have all this empty space in the middle of the settlement, and I guess as far as allowing trees to grow up and whatnot, that would be fine, but at the other end of that, I kind of want this to be a little bit more industrial. Whatever. Okay, anyway, so, more road planning, which is all this is going to be about this episode. So it looks like right here. Okay, looks like right there. Now, that is not going to cross over nicely, but we'll put it up here nonetheless, because I want to build a, this is not at all what I'm after, specialized warehouses. Materials warehouse. Is this the, oh, wait, what? Provides a large amount of storage for all materials, such as glass, ores, clay, bricks, building supplies, and homewares and metals. Now, is that the same, essentially, as... No, that is not at all what I'm looking for. Stores such goods as food, clothes, textiles, and tools. So, no, actually, this includes the raw materials. I can't build it anyway because it requires lumber, which we do not have production for. So, we will go to a storage barn. I could start out with an old barn. It takes a bit more, slightly more than a regular barn, due to its rickety nature. It cannot be upgraded. The storage barn can be upgraded? Yeah, you know what? I really don't feel like rebuilding after I've built a thing, so it's bad enough we're going to have to go through and upgrade all of my roads. Okay, so we got that. We'll go ahead and build a stockpile right beside it. What's this? Right there. So that'll be 7 by 7. Good. Okay, so that works there. Now, for building the town center, and I do want to start that because I want to begin building homes for people so they can start having children. Food's an issue. This market square, I think, would be obviously the center of the town, but I don't know that I want to line it up after all with the civic buildings. Civic buildings, I feel, should be around their own plaza, which I might want to kind of put around this area. And this little thing could be sort of the settlement center, the government center, and then we could put things like the magazine and the barracks and whatnot down here. There is an ability to make a shipyard, so we could have maybe like all the military government district down here. I don't expect I will go all the way here, but you never know. We can build things like stockades and walls, so it'd be kind of nice to close off the settlement just for the sake of that, although I don't really know if this mod includes... I know there are a couple scenarios where you can start next to some natives, and so you can fight them, apparently. Apparently that's a thing now. There's a military aspect, but whatever. Anyway, so in order to kind of space this out, I'm going to go on the basis of the 4 deep with the space in between. So 1, 2, 3, 4 space, 1, 2, 3, 4 road. Followed by 1, 2, 3, 4 space, 1, 2, 3, 4 road. This is actually going quite far. Although we are kind of getting close there. So that's the road. 1, 2, 3, 4 space. 1, 2, 3, 4 road. And then we're going to have this awkward 1, 2, 3, 4 space. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoop. 1, 2, 3, 4 space. 1, 2, 3, 4 road. Yeah, which leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'll be right along that road, interestingly enough. Okay. Or, alternatively, I could leave it as is, and then I could start making horizontals all the way down. But the reason I want to space this out now is because, actually, let's look and see if there is another... I don't know. I'm not actually looking to see anything. I know this exists because I just put it down. Rural market. How much space does that require? Oh, well, it would fit quite well. Basically, I wanted to have the same amount of space here, but this would be an incredibly large plaza. Much, much larger than we actually need or want. So, how do I deal with that? Well, if I was going to do this, that would essentially only be a space of 2. I mean, this is going to be quite large. So, maybe if I have that go down here, turn into a plaza here, and then kind of have town hall facing the river? That way I can kind of fake this little area. Okay, I guess we're going to have to do that. So, back to my road. And we'll just go ahead and put this in for the sake of putting it in now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Really, I mean, it's not even... We're not keeping it, so I don't know why I'm doing that. I guess I could fake it. We're going to have an area come across this way. But it doesn't connect to the hillside. This is going to come down to right here. So how much space do I want to leave for this? Nah, right about there, looks like. That comes as the cross piece. Okay, so we want at least 1, 2, 3. Well, how much space do we need for these buildings? We're gonna probably have like the courthouse. I don't know if the governor's house will be there, but we're looking at 6 at least. So we'll probably have the courthouse here, then, I would say. Now that is awkward. Is that the beginning? Okay, so I actually want it to go something like this inside there. Yes, okay, so that will be that. Go here. Okay. Now if I was going to put down... Okay, this is where I do want that to be. Again, we're going to go through and remove everything, so this is just temporary placement. We'll go ahead and put another city plaza here just so I can measure out, right there, and then we'll put this right here since this is where this connects. Okay, so that is the road there. Excellent. So, in that case, we will now go back into here and we will select the Colonial Hall. Colonial Hall, front door is you would think that that would be the front. Let me look at this courthouse again. We can only have the one courthouse, fine. So it is arrows pointing out. That's what I thought. I did seem to recall that is how that worked. Okay, so we're looking at... Is this not evenly spaced? Did I do this wrong? Because this is the road. Right? And then this one right here is the road. Okay. Oh man, it would be nice to toggle some of these stupid things off. So we'll do Town Hall. Now I don't... wrong one. Colonial Town Hall. That is the road, so we're looking at like 1, 2, 3? 1, 2... So it is not, in fact, spaced... Although that looks good, I don't think that actually is good. I think it's off by 1. That's actually kind of obnoxious. Because this is evenly spaced. So what was that one? Are these where is it now? Are these different? This is also evenly spaced. As is that one. I believe this, the rural market, is... This somehow goes on weird crossroads. Okay, well that... Ooh, boy, that's not... That doesn't make me happy, actually. The fact that this is awkwardly spaced that way. Alright, well, I'll just plunk this down for now, and we're going to stop fiddling with it, because this is not what we're here for. I'm only getting all this kind of set up in my mind because what we really need to be doing is focusing here. This is where we want to start setting up initial homes. So we're going to bring this down by a bit. I do kind of want this, since this is going to be the commercial center, I do want to put things like taverns. There are pubs, a couple other commercial buildings kind of in, and we'll put layers of the homes on the outside. So we'll go ahead and start a layer of homes just here, I suppose. Wooden homes, or are we going to go straight into the colonial homes? Now the colonial homes are actually built differently as well. And this is really not a good place to begin experimenting with that, seeing as how this is... well, let's see. There were corner homes, which have 4. Criminy! I wish you could turn off the trees. Well, let's plunk this down just to see how it fits. So I'll plunk that one there, and then I'll put this one here, which leaves me with a very small gap of 4. Now there is a nice little tunnel one here, which of course is 3. Colonial corner, no, that I just looked at that, dum-dum. That's a 5, so we need to have at least a 13 to make that work. Essentially the same thing. So it really kind of defeats the purpose to have, I mean, that can go there, but it really, what even is this corner area? So it's built on a corner. That's just a completely different style altogether. I just don't care for that one at all. And I don't want to just put one of these homes in there because they don't fit the whole style. We can kind of see how that's going to look. That nice dark brick there. And this very much is not anything like that. So putting anything else in there is just awkward as shit. Those are 5s. What about this? No, that is also bad. Although I don't know, that actually looks like it might fit the bill, but it's a home. It's not like the townhouse style brick building. So I guess we can put this there. The tunnel idea, of course, is so that you can actually get into the square. So maybe we won't put those on this one. I mean, I'd like to continue using the colonial structures, but we might just have to fake it a little bit. Oh, and I'm kind of getting close to where I don't want to be anyway. I want to be on this side of the road. So let's, shit, I don't know. Gable house. See, I don't want that just yet. But we could maybe go into... Does that actually fit? Wow, that actually fits. Not so close, actually. Not as close as I was thinking it was gonna do. We could always have a big ol'... No, we can't because it doesn't fit. Okay, well, give me a moment while I decide the housing style. Okay, I think I got it. It's going to be kind of awkward and very little bit weird. Very little bit, yeah. And just like me. And we will go something like this. So, right there at the corner, I'm going to have these sticking out. We'll have one of those, and then spaced over here, we'll have one there. So it's going to create a little bit of an alleyway between the two. Next, we're going to put a colonial home. I see a problem here doing this right now because we do not have the materials necessary to do this. So, okay, so we'll have to consider now putting our country homes kind of on the outskirts of the town with the nicer colonial homes on the inside. Well, in that case, we're going to need to remember to pause. But anyway, the way these blocks are going to work out, and this is only for this cross piece here where it's around this, because I want my other blocks to be 11 by 11 so that they fit slightly differently. And so we'll do the colonial, I mean, really though, but what I was looking at, upgraded into a barber surgeon, upgraded into a bed and breakfast. Okay, so I guess we'll want one of each. So we'll put something like that there. We'll put this one, where this goes. That does not seem correct. What is it situated on here that is not letting me... Well, maybe we can build it differently then. So what is this? 5. These are just, I guess, colonial townhouse. Better warmth than the half houses. That's a half house. That's a half house. Can also be upgraded to a tap house if desired. Oh. Well, let's for now just put the half houses down. And yeah, what is that is preventing? Is that seriously like some terrain deal that's going? Or maybe, oh, maybe that's actually the road. That is actually the road. Okay, well, fine. No? No. No? Did I not complete the road here? Maybe I'm confusing myself. Would not be difficult. For crying out loud. So I'm guessing it's gonna go something like that. Okay. And then what we can do, go back into the homes, and we will go back into the colonials, and we'll go back into this one, because I put down homestead. So I now want a colonial house, so I can upgrade these into things, and of course, there we go. So that one, followed by that one, and then... Now it says half houses left and right. I'm assuming it means the door. Put the... That's all it means. So anyway, it's going to be kind of this weird little horseshoe thing that will, once we start opening these up, give me kind of, I guess not really the courtyard type, will it? Not unless I want to make that on this, where it's the big one. This would probably provide me a courthouse, or a courtyard type. Otherwise, we're just going to end up looking like this all the way around. I don't know, it's going to be a little bit weird. However, this does not help me whatsoever. So, anyway, that's kind of how the center of town is going to go. What we really do need to focus on now, though, is perhaps more importantly, getting wooden houses up. I could do some log cabins out here, some tiny shacks, even some rustic abodes. Let's just kind of have a look here. I mean, I guess I could do this out here, but this boarding house was kind of just meant to be a little bit of a temporary thing. Salt box houses, not so much. Gable houses. See, now we're getting a little bit too specific. I mean, these look very nice, but they're not quite what I'm after. I want things to be able to upgrade. And these wooden homes will be able to upgrade into country homes, which look kind of like what I want to go for, but not nearly as nice. So let's see. That is next to be built on the agenda there. So I guess we could put some along there. So right. I guess if that's the case, we'll get rid of this road, which I'm going to get rid of anyway. But maybe I want to keep some of those roads for now. I don't know. Obviously not all the ones down here. What I want to focus on, and I'm having a trouble focusing and talking, which is probably a sign that I should end the episode soon. Oh man, that totally forked that as well too, didn't it? Okay, we'll find the road here eventually. That is not it. So we'll come over to stop. Come over to here. Okay, that is where we want to connect. So that is going to be my initial block area. But it's going to have that same issue, isn't it? Where we're spacing things just a little bit differently. Well, let's continue doing the wooden home thing as planned. And we'll just get this started now. Okay. Well, do I want... Maybe I want these ones on the outside facing kind of the mountain. And then there'll just be a little bit of a lane going down. Space that out. And what is that going to do eventually? So that actually creates quite a gap. Maybe I should... Well, okay. So I'm going to go through and fiddle with that, space it out a little bit, and probably move that road over 1, possibly 2. And then that'll line up a little bit better. That's how I need to be planning this. I apologize that this is taking longer than it probably should have, but I do want this to actually be a planned city, and that always takes me a while. But once we get those initial homes going, then we can actually focus back over here, developing this, collecting some of that stuff, getting this all set up. Because it's going to be a while before we get to this stuff. The lumber has its own tree, and then there's other things, building supplies. So we're going to have to get into industry before we can actually work on the real town. I'm going to end this one here. I will see you next time.